Well, fresh off the sushi race, which of course is one of the greatest things over the course of the 9 innings that you'll see here at the ballpark. Sold out stadium, all here to see King Clough and the Vancouver Canadians as the season's starting to wind down. There he is. Adam Kloffenstein's been dominant over his 3 innings of work. This inning brought to you by Steamworks Brewery, Vancouver's original steam brewery. Steamworks, and now all of a sudden Adam Kloffenstein's old enough to drink that stuff as he gets together with his catcher Brett Wright. I am joined by the Vancouver Canadians president and partner, my good friend Andy Dunn, in here. Andy, welcome.
Thank you, Rob. Thanks for having me up, and I appreciate Ricky giving up his seat for a minute or two.
He's right to the buffet, man. You kidding me? He's front of the line now. Logan Driscoll going to lead things off here for Tri-City as Adam Kloffenstein's on the mound. I've heard Ricky's assessment, but I'd love to get your assessment on the now 19-year-old Adam Kloffenstein. A lot of Canada is getting their first look at King Clough here tonight.
Tremendous prospect, tremendous frame, great maturity for someone his age, and just a fine young man who I wish nothing but the best in his upcoming career.
Ball to the first baseman, and there's Clough. The second time we've seen Kloffenstein come off the mound to cover the bag at first, and I know those are just the usual PFPs, but for a 6'6" frame, it's actually pretty nimble. He can get around.
Well, it's interesting when you see a guy with that type of frame and structure. It takes people time to grow into that frame and be comfortable. But Clough's, he's athletic, he moves well. Look at him. That's the way you want to draw it up, and that's the way they started in spring training, and that's called execution.
Well, he is one of a handful of pitchers within this Blue Jays minor league system that are starting to get Blue Jay fans excited. As Sean Kilby watches a pitch miss low, and the count goes to 1-0. We talk about the experience of Nat Bailey. We've been very lucky over the course of the summer to be able to show the rest of Canada what we've been talking about for years, but you were the one that drew up the blueprint to get this deal done, to get us on national TV. Can you take me back through the early days when you were sitting down with Scott at the time and just figuring out how this could all get done?
Well, it was interesting. It was, traditionally we had our TV deal prior to this, and the local company we were utilizing went out of business. So something we've wanted to do for a while. We've talked with the people at Rogers for quite a while, just possibly try to do 1 or 2 a year and create a baseball night in Canada type situation. But last year, we're fortunate enough to have Scott Moore, who at the time was heading Rogers Television, and stopped by the ballpark. He fell in love with it. And I just asked him, I said, how do you think it'd look on TV? And Scott said, great. Ended up going to Toronto. We put a deal together, and it's something that we're happy to do this year, but it is a multi-year deal. And this year will probably be the least number of games we did. We wanted to stick our toe in the water before we jumped in with both feet, but look forward to announcing our TV schedule for next year. And again, we just wanted to bring what we've created here in Vancouver and showcase some of the kids from the draft, give them some exposure across the country, specifically in Ontario and Toronto, so the Jays fans across the country could actually see them. And what a treat tonight being able to see Clough on the mound, and it's something that we're looking forward to in the future as well.
The 0-1 pitch from Clough on its way. He's drilled into center field, and that's going to chase Eden just a couple of steps back, but he sets down under it. And Andy, I said this tonight, you might want to set an egg timer for when he's pitching. He is so efficient right now. He's locked in. He's got 85 pitches. He used 7 in the 4th to get through the Tri-City Dust Devil offense. Andy Dunn's going to join us for the 4th and the 5th inning. We'll take our break here, and when we come back, we'll see if the Canadians can build on this 1-0 lead. As you're watching Vancouver Canadians baseball, it is presented to you by A&W on Sportsnet Pacific.